10 days on a canning stock route.
Things are about to get dusty.
And for 10 days, we've been pushing, trying to get ahead, but somehow, always falling behind.
That's not good, eh? What happened?
2 big opportunities missed.
We're not even halfway to where we were going to be yesterday.
Not by minutes either, but by days.
It's sort of slow going.
Our third and final chance was to meet with the Madu at Kunawaraji.
Wish us luck.
Everything depended on getting there.
Long way to go.
We ran out of water early.
Yeah, both sides are dry.
Silver lining, forced to make progress until we found a ball.
What's the time?
5 to 12.
We made it here today.
But pump issues
We'll have to change the hose.
put us even further behind.
Duct tape and cable ties. Another day, another delay.
Fuel was low, supplies were thin, and pressure was building. We had no choice left.
Powering tonight.
We had to push hard for 2 solid
It's
days,
been a rough drive.
and mistakes were made.
The worst.
Then came the crash.
No, I'm fine.
But somehow,
My winch doesn't work again.
we made it, just in time. That very night, we sat at the Madu Ranges, and I even got the chance to sit down with Mookie, one of the most respected elders on Madu country.
Thank you for having us.
For the first time in days, the rush stops.
We are seeing a UFO today, wouldn't
We come face to face with Madu culture.
Tire enough.
Welcome to day 11. After spending close to 2 weeks on the same track, Kunawaraji feels like a big reset point. Fuel, supplies, water, mentally and physically.
We had a shower in the community now. I feel fresh.
And surprisingly, restocking in Kunawaraji isn't as expensive as I thought. Anything healthy is more or less the same price in Perth.
Yep, that's all good. Thank you very much.
Where it jumps up, however, is the sugary stuff, which is great for me, but not so much Sienna. You like some cabbage?
What do I do with it?
It's been 11 days since we last saw a domestic dog. And little does Sienna know,
So scared.
the next 20 or 30 dogs we see won't be pets.
A whole bunch of the dogs have started to come in. Dingoes, we can hear them.
At the fuel bowser,
Let's see how much fuel I get in the vehicle, and I can compare it to Chris's.
What's the most you've ever spent on fuel there, Chris?
Not this much.
It is $3.10, which is actually pretty reasonable. I've paid way more than that before.
the pockets definitely feel a lot lighter.
$800 lighter.
The good part is, running in on fumes, mentally, we feel a lot more stable. From here on, the cameras went quiet.
We just had an amazing experience. We were taken out on country.
To a location of a sacred site, where the depth and knowledge of their culture was on full display.
The trust that we just gained in order for them to take us out to this incredible place and show us and share us the stories that they shared was absolutely awesome.
These stories were shared with us, and are not for us to repeat.
We've surrendered our GPSs. They just asked us to switch them off, but I just feel more comfortable giving it to them just to keep this place off the map.
What I can say, we are leaving with more than we arrived with.
That was unreal. That was unreal.
However, anything that happens at Well 33 stays on YouTube.
So, how many chicken eggs to one emu egg do you think? Roughly.
I reckon 6 or 7.
No.
Come on, 8, isn't it?
Eight or nine.
8.
Oh,
Eight or
wow.
nine, wow.
Yeah.
You will be happy just with
I'll be
one
happy
per
with one
day.
emu egg every morning.
And Rafa is getting a few lessons in Madu navigation.
Quick, tell us north. Go.
Yeah.
Kaylee. West. Japara.
Yabura.
Yeah.
Yabura.
Kagara.
Gagara.
So you got much of those stories?
Nabadi.
Nabari.
Despite the contrast between city life and desert life,
Hey, tea's about ready, boys.
there were areas we all shared very strong interest.
Lots of flavours. You can pick one here.
Hey, Cafe Bleepies, coffee's on.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry, Ronny.
You want a tea? Come on, too.
Although Ronnie lost his mates, I have to agree that it was the right decision to roll out Bloopy Cafe for the boys.
1 out of 10, right?
1 out of 10. Braden felt sorry for me and came back.
For now. Tea for cup of tea.
That's your favourite?
Yeah.
What do you normally take out with you in country?
Coffee.
Coffee in a bag.
Yeah. But I don't normally drink that. Stir my guts.
Makes you run for the shovel.
Yep.
That's been happening a lot with this cafe, I'm telling you. Every morning.
Wow.
The shovel comes back and it goes and it comes back. What's happening, Jacob? Where are you going?
Seems like as good a spot as any.
After hearing some poor ratings over at Cafe Bloopy,
1 out of 10. Oh, it's 7.
7? 7, mate. That's 7? Yeah, you got a 7.
and murmurs of price fixing,
$2,000, mate.
I saw an opportunity to end Chris's monopoly.
Oh yeah, what's the tea rating?
100 out of 10.
100?
Behold, Cafe Ragnarok.
Bloody Ronny, just tea over there.
Don't get too comfortable now, Chris.
Hey, I just opened a cafe around the corner.
That's another cafe.
Yeah, it's another cafe. What? Sure, find some biscuits. Free coffee. It's done the old way, on the fire. You get the biscuits with the coffee here.
Ah, yeah.
You guys like ginger?
And just like that,
He loves it.
Cafe Bloopy's doors were closing. I think it's time for lunch. How about some kangaroo tail? My tea house and cafe were not running on power like the Bloopies,
Where are we going?
so a resupply of wood is required.
Get some firewood.
While half the crew went to resupply firewood, I asked Braden a few questions.
You were telling me about a bush fix you did once you were out. Can you tell us that one?
We went hunting in Newman. So we ended up having a flat tire, so we couldn't find a wheel spinner. So we ended up finding an Allen key and a socket set. So we ended up putting it together, made a little wheel spinner, changed the tire with that.
That's unreal. You had to weld it then with the batteries?
Yep.
That's a real bush mechanics there. Duct tape cable ties, eh?
Yep.
All the way?
Over with the other boys. Firewood had been secured, followed by the routail.
Rule tail. That's gonna be interesting.
What did the bloke at the shop say?
He couldn't handle the smell of the hair on fire.
Meanwhile, Braden continued his stories.
You had a problem with the fuel tank.
Yeah, fuel tank bust. He ended up putting a jerrycan in front of the river, hose going into the engine, sticky tape, and I thinking that car should be burned long time ago, but it was still running.
It's still running there.
Yeah.
At least we can keep an eye on his fuel level, eh?
Yep.
Here come the boys, and right on time too. We're hungry. None of us have ever had kangaroo tail before.
Burning the fur off, I'm guessing.
I have to clean the fur off, and once it cooks, you can easily do.
And kangaroo's usually pretty gamey, so I'm curious, how's this going to go?
I've had kangaroo before, but I don't think I've had tail before.
They're lean animals. All the fat is in the tail,
I have heard that the tail is a tasty part.
and fat is where the flavour is.
Bit more of a process than I expected with the burning hair. Like, you sort of think about the burning hair off the root tail just like straight away, like when you burn your own hair off.
Bit more yet. Now you gotta burn the other side as well.
Oh, so now turn it around.
Yeah.
Right. So Braden, with the ranger work, what do you guys get up to out there?
Just basically looking after the country, mainly water holes full of sand, try dig it out for the next raining season.
Do you do burn-offs as well?
Yeah, sometimes when the time is right.
The scale of the land, we're not just talking about the canning stock route either.
Just remind me how big it is again.
We're talking about all of the land around it.
Twice the size of Tasmania, if you look at it on a map.
That's a huge area.
Surely there must be multiple groups looking after it.
How many rangers are there?
You got Jigolong Ranger, Ponmo, Cotton Creek, Barnmore, then Kunarritiji, 4 ranger.
And all those ranger groups, you can't help but wonder, is this how tradition gets passed on?
Because you got another kids coming through, next generation.
You teach new rangers and stuff as well?
We got junior rangers as well, from age 25 and down,
So what's like the youngest age you would get a ranger in?
16, 17.
Just as I heard that, it kind of clicked.
It's not really a job, is it? It's way of life, right?
Yeah, way of life, sleeping under the stars, telling yarns. I guess get away from social media. It's in your head. When you're out in bush, you got an open mind, clear head.
Out here, A few days away from the noise, your head clears.
As I get further and further remote, I feel further and further relaxed.
That's why we keep coming back. It's back to the Routtail, and I asked Braden if it was ready. He reckons that part's up to me.
Pressure's on. I'm going for it. Let's do this. I've got the bend right.
Have fun, Ronny.
Spurs off, paddles forward, ready to cook.
We're just wrapping in alfoil and I've already made my first mistake. Yeah, you're all good?
So we'll see.
I feel like I'm in school copying someone's test. How long will they be sitting in the ground for?
15.
With the food ticking away,
You know what, the flames.
the conversation drifted mechanically again.
You'd often come across travellers that need a little bit of help.
Sometimes, yeah.
What's usually the problem?
Last time they had a problem with the motorbike. We just got a phone call from the police station from Newman. Told us to go at the middle of the night, started looking for him.
So you end up being a rescue party?
Yep.
Given what we've driven through on the canning so far, setting aside spin effects, our biggest trouble has been
Bang, bang, bang.
corrugations,
Bracket just broke.
What happened?
oh shit, and fatigue.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
The corrugations last night were quite severe.
And this led to me quizzing Braden about the corrugations.
One of my cousins got a 100 series. So the corrugation, one of the CB joint, tire ran off. And
Oh.
car went sideways.
Oh shit, tyre just took off.
Yep.
Overtook. Went down.
Yeah.
What car do you prefer to travel in out here? You had to pick any car?
79s.
79?
Yeah, tough, reliable.
Having driven just half the canning so far, Braden's answer is no surprise.
Tough, reliable, robust.
To be fair though, any vehicle could drive the canning and survive the canning, but working and living out here, other options are not really jumping out at me.
Puncture many tyres out here?
Lots.
What do you do? Do you plug them or?
Yeah, sometimes plug it, sometimes when we get to the campsite, we change the tires.
Yeah.
But we got spares already.
Do you recommend 2 spares out here?
Yep.
Yeah? Better listen to the experts out here. So I should have had another spare with me.
On the other canopy, they got another 2 spares. If your 2 tires blow out, well, you're going to have to use the other one.
Yeah.
Whilst we dig up the Routtails, the boys head off and prep the afternoon dinner table. No benches, no boards, just what the bush provides.
Oh, ho, ho.
Proper bush experience.
Yeah, it's like a banana now. Which end do you recommend?
Whatever you want.
That tastes different, eh? It's the fat that makes it, hey. It doesn't taste like kangaroo that I'm used to eating. It tastes a bit like pork and beef. You'd think it'd be very gamey. I don't think it's that gamey. It's very flavoursome actually. It's kind of like pork ribs. Reminds you of pork ribs, but more flavour.
Looking after country means more things than one. Even the bushes that were taken and used as an afternoon dinner table were in fact placed back near the bush itself. Which brings me to this little bit of information that can help us keep the canning stock route open for everyone. Mardoo country covers a huge stretch out here,
Big area.
Yep.
and 4 ranger groups are responsible for looking after it.
Well, we got different ranger stations in different communities. Some watch 18 up to 22. Some watch it from 22 up to 29 and us all the way to 39.
If you're driving the canning, you need 4 permits. Those permits allow you to travel the main route, not to wander off wherever you like. Best way to think about it, if a station owner or farmer lets you use the track to cross their land, that doesn't mean the whole property is open to you. Same thing out here.
So CSR continues that way, so we're heading down to Derby, yeah?
There are places you shouldn't be, culturally, environmentally, and for your own safety. It comes down to respect. Respect the country, respect the custodians of this land, stick to the track.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, all good.
And sticking to the track, we help keep the canning stock route open for everyone.
Stoked to be able to hang out with the boys. KJ, we're going to be heading north soon.
Eventually, it was time to split ways.
Well, thank you very much, my friend.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
The Rangers headed back to Kunawaraji, while we strapped ourselves in and pointed north. The push days were behind us, but the canning felt different now. Quieter, heavier. Last night, the Mardoo Rangers warned us of what lays beyond Well 40. Salt lakes. 3 of them. Well 34 is the target, and it didn't take long for the canning to show its hand. Corrugations on a scale I've never seen before.
This is insane. My traction control keeps flickering on and off.
It feels like flying a dodgy World War II aircraft and being shot at by everything.